Okay. All right. I think I got some sound. All right. So, what I like to do when we start working on a sit stay and a down stay and using a cot, dogs work the best when they use a cot. And this is Archie. He's in for training. He has not done any of this. We've been working on the prong collar, walking nice on the leash without yanking and pulling. Gotcha. And so he also has an electronic collar on. The one I'm using has a continuous vibrate, or you can use a continuous static, but turn it way down for the shock. So um, you can put that down, and then or turn it way down so it doesn't blow his ears off. But what I'm going to do, I have it on vibrate, continuous vibrate, or you can use a continuous shock or static, but turn it down if you've got like this is a e-collar technologies. It goes from 1 to 100. If I'm using this, I'm using the static, I'd turn it to a 2 or a 3. That's how low. Turn it as low as you possibly can go, because if this is new to the dog, it's going to possibly confuse him a little bit. So he knows to get on the platform, and so I'm just going to use a place command, and I'm going to try to keep the command simple. Place, and if he steps off of there, I'm going to guide him back on with the leash, and I'm not going to tell him place again, but I am going to vibrate, so when he gets on there, he shuts it off. So it's going on and then shut it off. And what I'm going to do, I don't know if you can see this little button on here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to just say hot lava, like the game where you step off the mat, the floor is hot lava, and then the mat is where he wants to be. So he's going to learn to avoid hot lava, and I'm going to say it just for recording purposes so you understand what I'm doing. So the only cue I'm going to give him is place, and the only time he's allowed to get off this mat is if I tell him, okay, tap him on the head, or I call. Now we're going to use a tap on the head because eventually this is going to be part of the duck blind deal, and it's kind of a tent kind of thing. But right now I got to get him to get on here and stay on here. So I'm going to ask him, Archie, place. Oh, very good. You sit. Good. Good boy. Good boy. We did do a little bit of this, but he's going to, as soon as I give him some slack and step back, he's going to try to hop off. Or he's going to make a liar out of me, one way or the other. But I'm going to back up, stay close, try to work around the mat, and usually, oh, there we go. And then I'm just going to press the button, and he gets back on. I shut it off. Good boy. Good boy. This will be easier if I do it like this. And probably if I pull up that chair and sit down, there. So I started vibrating when he stepped on the floor. As soon as the feet hit the floor, I vibrate and I steer. Everything I do with the dog is steering with this, and this is the horn. So I tell all my students, this is steering and this is the horn. And so he's going to figure out really quick that if he gets back on the mat, the vibrate stops. But I'm going to coach him a little bit with this leash. There we go. Vibrate, 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 and boom, it's off. Vibrate, vibrate, boom, it's off. I'm not telling him to stay, only because he's sitting. He's technically staying. If I tell him stay, I'm giving him a command for something that he is already doing. Right? You're already staying, aren't you? You got boogers in your eyes. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to back up a little bit. And usually I like to do this if we've been doing our walk out in the yard, so he's tired, and then he'll have a tendency to lay down on the mat, but he's pretty excited. He just loves to work. And so I'm going to vibrate, and I'm using spatial pressure. I couldn't push him away, so I stepped into his space and pushed him back on the mat. This is the fundamentals for working in a duck blind or coming in the door and not rushing the door with people. And this is kind of, I guess, the foundation or trademark of my training, because everybody deserves and everybody would like a dog that will stay on the cot with all the activity around them. And he's thinking about getting off. And I'm going to give him a short stay or a short time on the mat, but then I'm going to tap him to show him, okay, and he can get off the mat. Now I'm going to tell him place. Sit. Good. Good boy. And so he's going to sit there until I either call him or I tap him on the head and tell him okay. If he gets off the mat, again, he gets a vibrate until he gets back on the mat. And I do the vibrate and I step close to the mat so he knows what the vibrate means. As soon as he gets on the mat, they quickly learn. I shut it off when I get back on here. Archie, come. Good boy. Good boy. Archie, place. I start the vibrate back there, and already, this is a smart dog. He's already learned. I can get on that mat and shut it off. Archie, sit. Good. Good. Archie, come. Good boy. Archie, place. And I'm vibrating the whole time. Vibrate, vibrate, because the paws are on the floor. So back up there. As soon as his paws get on the mat, I shut it off. The vibrate is a pretty cool dimension of the training. You're not shocking them. Although some dogs do well with just the low stimulation or the low shock. I am doing force fetch with the dogs with a low shock, and then obviously when they start retrieving, I'm not going to need it at all. And so I'm kind of testing him a little. What's going to pull him off of here? Whoops. There we go. Vibrate, vibrate, vibrate. And then I'm going to steer him back on. You can see the buttons on. And I shut it off when he gets on. I always laugh. We call the game that the kids do, getting on the sofa. They jump on the floor, hot lava. They jump back on the sofa. I didn't do it as a kid because, boy, that'd make my mom pretty mad. But that's just one of some of the games that kids play. And now I'm kind of testing him a little bit. He has had some of this work done before, but not with an e-collar. Oh boy. I'm going to pull up a chair, watch TV maybe. And this usually pulls him off. We'll see what he does. No, he's going to stay right there. He's a smart dog. He's learned quickly. And I have a prong collar on him to steering. I have the e-collar above that. It's turned down way low, although I am just using the vibrate. But if I was using the shock portion of it, it'd be 2 out of 100. A Garmin is 1 out of 9. Dogtra is 1 out of, I believe, 100, whatever it goes up to. So you could do 1 or 2, but do it continuous. So it's just vibrating or go ahead and stimulating the dog, and then it shuts off. So the dog learns I'm shutting off the pressure by getting on here. When I hop off, then it starts again, and then I shut it off getting on here. I'm going to stay in this chair because I've been on my feet all day, so he's going to practice getting off. Archie, come. Again, he can only come off the cot with a come or a tap on the head. Okay, go retrieve that duck. And now I'm going to tell him place. Place. I'm going to go ahead and push him a little bit because he kind of has an eye. Oh, now he's going to even lay down. Good boy. Yeah, it's all right, isn't it, Archie? It's all right. Good boy. Archie, come. Good boy. Good boy. Okay. Archie, place. And again, I start with the vibrate. I'm going to, there. He kind of figured out himself. I didn't lead him up there. I kind of give him a little shove. The vibrate's going, and he went, oh, yeah, if I get on there, I shut it off. So we don't want to nick them if they hop off because they don't really know what it's for. But he's controlling the pressure, which is pretty huge if you do retrieving, wool work. You can use a low vibrate on wool, and you just put the vibrate on when they're moving their feet, and then when they stop, the vibrate stops. Teaching the dog to turn on and turn off the pressure, or when the pressure comes on, how to turn it off is a great thing. And you don't have to shoot the dog to the moon or blow his ears off with the heat collar. Archie, come. He says, well, I don't want to come now. Come on. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Lots of praise. Lots of praise. He's a good boy. All right. Archie, place. And sending him. So I'm going to have to steer him a little bit. Place. And so this is where steering him. Place. To show him this is what this means. He doesn't know what the vibrate means. It's okay. You're a good dog. You're a very good boy, aren't you? You're a very big boy. Fuzzy Wuzzy. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Archie, come. Good boy. Archie, place. Good. Archie, down. Atta boy. Atta boy. I didn't use the vibrate. I was pretty sure he'd lay down if I just told him to lay down. And that's it. Sounds simple, doesn't it? Well, shoot me a text if it isn't. You're a good boy.